So, episode 4.
Yes, episode 4.
All right. So,
Happy
we're
Easter
just being
too.
consistent. Yeah. Happy Easter. So, how did I get here? So, we'll start with September because that's where I started my journey. Now, I've been on a healing journey since my divorce, and that was back in 2018. It was final. And I just focused on a lot of what is it about this that makes me feel, in the words of the kids these days, triggered. Like, why do I feel so bothered by this? And how can I get to a place that I don't want to be bothered by it? Or what's the root problem of all these emotions that I'm not understanding? Like, for instance, for a long time, people who wanted to care and support me used to make me really mad and make me lash out. Like, why do you care? Why do you want to know? And I really had this big thing about no new friends. I was like,
No new
no,
friend?
no new friends. I don't want no new friends. I don't want no one around me that I don't already know. And that was after my divorce, because when you get divorced, you separate friends. I took all the friends with me. So I didn't want no new friends. But what I learned about myself as I was learning, healing, and growing is that a lot of my insecurities came from not having someone care and love me when I was in my formative years. Now, there were a lot of people who did love and care for me, like my aunts that I talk about often, and my grandpa. But my mom, because I was always helping her and she was working 3 jobs, as much as she loved me, she was spread very thin. So she didn't have a lot of individual time to spend with me and love on me to make me feel very loved. And it wasn't because she didn't attempt to, it was just that was what it was.
You get the emotional side.
We didn't have that. We didn't have a whole lot of emotional time because we didn't have a whole lot of space for emotions. We had to focus on tasks.
Yeah.
And so for that, having someone try to love me and support me would unintentionally aggravate me. Because why are you doing this for me? You don't have to do anything for me for you to love me. You just have to be. And it took me a long time to get through that. Now, fast forward to starting the She Sells journey. That happened in September. I like to say it's on this beach because it was at this beach. I was just like hanging out. I had just made it back to Georgia, and I really didn't want to be there. And I just want to be clear. Georgia has done nothing to me to make me not want to be there. It's a beautiful place. My family that's there is fantastic. I want to be, in the words of my favorite coach, I'm the problem. So I just don't want to be there. As much as I like being there, I enjoy being around my family there. I'm from Texas. I'm a Texas girl. I want to be in Texas. That's what it is. I went home and I was there, and I'm scrolling. At this point, I don't know how long I had been on a doom scroll, but that's what I like to do. That's what I used to like to do because I don't do that anymore. Way less, let's say that, way less doom scrolling.
You have no time. Your time is.
Yeah, my time is more valuable to me now.
Yeah.
I have no time for doom scrolling. I need to sleep in that time. And it came across, and I was like, oh, yeah, it looks nice. Okay, I think I'll check it out. And then signed up for a call, and they send you the homework links, and you're supposed to watch the homework links. And I watched them at first, but I wasn't really engaged in watching them because I was awake with the sleep, because I needed to go to the beach. That's where I do my best thinking. And so I just finally decided, okay, I'm going to go. So on my drive down to Fort Walton, I listened to these videos over and over. By the time I got there, I probably had went through these videos probably about three or four times because they're not very long.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that stood out to me is the fact that Brooke says, this is not for the faint at heart. This is not easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to take time. You're going to have to put in the time. But if you put in the time and you put in the effort, and if this really means something to you, then it will be something. And so it's all a matter of the mindset, right? Do you want to do this? Yes or no? And to me, it was a no-brainer. And at first, when I signed up, I was thinking, oh, this could just be a side job. I work my regular 40-hour week, and then I'll do this on the weekends and make a couple extra $1,000, and that'll help me get to a better place financially, do some savings, clear out some debt. No big deal. I have less than 20 grand in debt, less than. seriously. So it's not even like a lot or like ridiculous. I hate debt like a gazelle hates being chased by a lion.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm like, yeah, this is going to be, but the more I went through the process of, we signed up, I did the call. I knew I was going to say yes, no matter what the cost. Because to me, there's a price and a cost. And what it was going to cost me was working a job that I don't want to keep doing versus paying the money to invest in myself. Because the reoccurring pattern that I kept hearing, listening to the videos, was that you can have your investment, you can earn your investment back.
Yeah.
And I started thinking of it like this. If worst case scenario, if I was working on an account that paid, I don't know, $1,000. Say I only earned $1,000 a day, but I only was able to earn 15 days. That is triple what I'm making now, right?
In
Between
less
five
time.
and a half, and much less time, and much less time. If I'm only working 8 hours, then that gives me the other 25 hours that I was putting into work back to myself. And what can you do with 25 hours? I tell you what I can do in 25 hours. I can go to the gym, I can clean the house, I can go wash my car. There's a gang of things that I can do in that 25 hours I was giving up to my job. And it wasn't balancing out. And the more that I did, the less I want to do it. And the closer I get to taking my certification, the less I want to show up for my job, but only because I know it's really not serving me and it's just frustration. And it's, to me also, I've been reminding myself, you're going to take your certification and you're going to find a new position in this place and in this industry. And that's going to be the close of this chapter and the open of the new one. So not to stress.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up being in this place that I'm at now.
So it would have been 6 months total for you in the program. Seven-ish?
Seven-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
bad.
No, and also I will say this, during that time, I did just took a couple walkabouts.
Yeah.
Like in October, I came to Texas for my friend's wedding, and then I stayed, and then I got sick. I was still participating, but then when it was time to go to the gala, I flew out to Australia and I took 2 weeks off. Just went on. That was
Yeah,
my
you were living
walkabout.
a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some girls finish really quickly, like in 3 months or less,
Mhm.
and that's good for them, but I feel like the mindset doesn't catch up yet.
How did you end up in this industry, in this place?
How did I end up here?
Mhm.
Oh man. So for as long as I can remember, I never really had a good paying job. What is good?
Mhm.
When maybe one time
Nothing.
when, but I was still on salary, but I was still working. We were rotating on call weekends because I was a case manager for disabilities with more severe disabilities. So I was supervising like people that were like older than me. The mindset was just low, and I felt like I was
Mhm.
babysitting these adults. But I did that for about a year. That didn't work out because of the on-call shifts with it was just not part of my nervous system. But I was
Mhm.
for a year. I would say that was like my highest paying job. It wasn't even that much looking back. But so yeah, I struggled to I'm not a state worker. My husband is, and so I've always felt like I was an entrepreneur, but I didn't have anyone to look up to. I tried to start things on my own, but I just didn't have the tools and the motivation. And after having kids, I wanted to work from home, but I didn't know what. So I bought a coding course. I didn't finish. Bought a digital marketing course. I didn't go through with it. But sales, so what I did see, I ignored the ads first with Brooke, but after a while I peeked through. I'm like, okay. Because there was other ladies selling sales courses too. And I looked into those too.
Okay.
And I guess I just didn't resonate with the person who was saying the things. But Brooke I feel was just more bubbly and more relatable. She wasn't like the other ladies. And so
She's very authentic.
yeah, and that's who she is from what I see, from what you have seen. Seen her in person.
She's the same.
Yeah. And you feel it on Zoom. You feel the authenticity of it all. And I was 9 months pregnant when I signed up because I knew I didn't want to do caregiving for the rest of my life. I didn't want that to be the majority of my work. I could do it on the side and help my friend. I was working 2 jobs and I had to let go one. And so I needed to learn a skill. I didn't know what sales was really, but when I got to learn more about it, it's just being a better communicator pretty much and reading the room and knowing who you're talking to and having authority and leading the call. Which I feel like we all have, but it's not honed. It's not
Yes.
focused as women have skills already, but it's not, we're like all over the place.
Yeah.
So, and I'm so glad that this era of women in sales is happening right now.
Yes. I love being a part of it.
Because then it's our time to take over and to get our piece of pie or our abundance of whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I was 9 months pregnant. I didn't know that if I was gonna buy, like, I just didn't know. But the conversation I had made me want to buy it. And so I was like, at first I said, no, I don't have the money. But then I was like, oh, do you take credit card or do you make installments? And I pretty much sold myself at that point. But like I said, I didn't know exactly what it was. I took a risk like you. And because I needed to believe in myself, I needed to invest in myself again. And investing in yourself is a lifelong thing too. So it doesn't matter how much it is. Like, because what are you worth? What are you worth at the end of your life? Pretty much. You're worth more than that anything can give you. Oh, I'm talking about existential.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what side I'm always looking at.
Which is a good thing because it's a strength.
Yeah, that's another reason. Yeah, that's another reason I ended up joining.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, you can make 10 grand easily, maybe the first, second month, like just to get because maybe the first weeks you're getting to know the landscape.
Yeah, learning.
Get your groove. And then
I missed a class the other day and I really wish I wouldn't had, but it was during all the other things that I had going on. And I seen Tasha's post about it and it went something like, this is your stage. This is where you get to be your best. So bring all of it. Bring your cheeky, bring whatever it is that you are, bring all of you when you show up to the call, because this is your stage to be who you are. And the more I thought about that as I drove, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't mean to be funny, but people tell me all the time, oh my God, you're so funny. I'm like, oh, that wasn't meant to be funny. I wasn't trying to be funny. Or, oh man, like you just listen so well. And I'm like,
what else? Oh yeah, why? Yeah, I was looking to the future. Like I want to travel more with my family. We're not able to do that with one income, even though I'm pretty much a stay-at-home mom working like very few hours. But I live in California. Our house is not worth what we paid for right now. It's worth a lot less, I think. But
oh, really?
we paid, it's so expensive here.
That's
So
crazy.
it's more than the 450 you mentioned before from your aunt's
From my
or
aunt's house, my cousin's house. Yeah.
it's worth more than that. But looking at it, it's not what we paid for. It's not worth what we paid for. But anyway,
Oh.
we have home because we were living at my mother-in-law's 2-bedroom rental. It's a really small house. So she ended up, thank God for my mother-in-law, she ended up selling one of her homes in Chico, near Chico State, and gave that money for us to buy this home.
That's awesome. Mother-in-law.
I tell my husband, I'm like, your mom wasn't there when you grew up, but now she's helping you. She was building something while we're little, and I'm grateful that she's my mother-in-law.
I wish I would have had a mother-in-law like that. My mother-in-law
she looks
didn't
serious,
like
but
me.
she's not. She's like, almost. I would like to think, I don't know.
I
I'm
try
nice to myself.
I try to smile unintentionally. Like I force myself to smile. There's a lot of times I'm like, I don't know, like my serious face is frowny. And I only know that because my daughter would be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. You look mad.
I train myself to smile too because it makes a world of a difference. It's just,
yeah, how
especially
people
when you're in
perceive you.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I came about She Sells. And you just show up differently. Because I try to like comment on the post in school app. I try to respond where it's appropriate, if I can give some help to somebody else. And I don't expect help from them specifically. I know if I keep doing it, I'll get the help that I need when I ask. So that's how you approach things when you've invested in something and there's a community, you just get involved or else you'll just fall off.
And who would have thought that you showing up to help me with my role play to get better
How
at
did
role
we,
play? I needed practice because I had got the green light to do my role play, but I hadn't
oh, was it
recorded
from
it.
the practice portal?
No,
We were in class at a role play? Was that?
I think we're in class at a role play, but I also know that we would join the chat pat when we had that, right? When we used to get on the
Yeah,
chat pat.
but I'm trying to remember when we like actually connected. I can't even.
I don't know. But we did a role play together and I did very poorly because I was nervous. And then you're like, okay, but are you ready? And I was thinking, oh, and I said your name wrong and you didn't even correct me. And then
Oh,
you're like, hey, do you want to start over? Because I was like, oh, I already messed up. You're like, it's okay. And at the time, I didn't have the full version of Zoom and I didn't know how to work.
oh.
Yes, it is a very different level. I'll tell you. This is my first Mac. I've never had a Mac before,
Okay.
so everything is just like what a foreign language.
Yeah.
And I really, when you first buy your Mac, they give you a free class to go to, and you have a year to go in and learn everything you need to learn. I didn't have time, so I wasn't even using. I've had this Mac since Stacy went to college, and I've never actually needed it or used it until I was in She Sells. So the money that I invested to this laptop all those years ago has just been sitting there collecting dust, and now it's just now starting to pay off.
There you go. I
So,
had a Mac when it was like my dad used to work at Apple for when I was younger. We had the bulky, colorful monitors. I don't know.
oh,
Those
cute.
bulky ones, those box
Mm,
ones with the different colors.
yeah,
Yeah. Those I had
yeah.
one of those. I was like, wow.
Now I wish I would have got the rose gold one, but it doesn't matter.
When you get your on your account, you can get it. You can get a fancy one.
Actually, I'm going to get a Mac Mini whenever I
Oh,
get
I
on an
thought you already
account.
got it.
No, I haven't got a Mac. If I got a Mac Mini, I definitely wouldn't need any more devices. So I'm all Mac. I said this on a call one time, and so now I say it all the time. I'm all Mac'd out these days. I have a
Yeah.
Mac computer, got an iPhone, I have a Apple Watch,
What it just works better.
and actually, I do. I love the Mac. I would definitely once I leave corporate America, which is coming soon. Once I leave corporate America, I will never own another Windows computer again. I was sold on a Droid. This phone, this one is my Samsung. So I have two phones. I have this Samsung and I have the Apple iPhone because when I got the Apple, I didn't love it. And the person that bought it for me was like, okay, fine, then I'll just buy you this other one. So then they bought me the Samsung Galaxy S. And then I was going back and forth between a Droid. Now I had the iPhone for so long, I had learned the iPhone. So now I just have both. But I'm more of an Apple these days. And I'll tell you what sold me on the Apple was to be able to find it because it got stolen. And
The
I was
fine
able to come home yeah, I came home and from my Apple computer, I was able to lock my phone and tell it to say that it was lost and to call me when they found it. Though they didn't.
but
But I
you
got my original. I was able to get it back. So I had this extra phone, so I was using that phone, but I was keeping track of it from my computer because when whoever stole it, then they would turn it on. It would let me know that it was on again and I could see its location. So I was doing screenshot of everything. I called I think it's called Youngstown. It was in Louisiana. I called him and I told him that could I come and I bring everything, all the evidence that my phone it's been stolen and these people have it. And they were like, yeah, definitely bring it. And so the officers took my current phone and the screenshots on my MacBook, and I gave them the password, and they went over there, and knocked on the door, and he was like, "Is this phone here?" And he was like, "Okay, so it shows the location is here right now, right on this phone. It's showing me the location of that phone is here, and it says it's stolen." And the person said that you've been turning it off and turning it on, and why haven't you called the number? We didn't know if that was the number. How are they going to get the call? Just making up stories and stuff. And so when the
so were
cops that
you
came
did you
back,
drop it somewhere?
no, I was on a fishing expedition
Uh
with some associates. They're not my friends. They're not. So we'll call them associates or acquaintances because I don't know them really. And we were at the docks and it was in my pocket and it was doing an update to the cloud. So I took it out of my pocket and I put it on the pillars for the pier. I put it on the pillar and I was over there fishing, and then all of a sudden it was just gone.
Somebody took it.
Hmm. Yeah. And he was like, here's your phones. And so I was able to ship back the other one and get my money back and have my original phone. But that's what taught me I needed a code on my phone also, because I had just put a code on it. Like, life lesson learned. So that's how I ended up deciding that I'm a Mac or
Yeah.
an Apple.
Yeah.
What are you? An Apple?
So this is my first Apple phone. I got this back in 2021.
Hmm. Okay.
My dad got me this phone actually,
Oh,
right before I stopped talking to him. 7 months before.
okay.
And so I was on his plan because he's over 55 at the time, so he's like 60 something. I was on his plan, and then he eventually cut me off like maybe 2 years later or like a year later.
Mm.
So I had to get a new phone number.
I'm not a fan of that.
I understand why he did it, but if he wanted me back in his life, he could have tried harder. Like, instead of trying to get my attention somehow by cutting my phone off. No, I could
Oh,
just get a
okay.
new number.
Yeah. You're not hurting me.
You're not hurting me at all. Yeah. And he doesn't fight for me.
No,
Yeah. What? Mommy's not crying. Can you hear him?
a little bit. It's okay. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you have kids. I miss having Stacy at that age. Like, oh.
Yeah. So what would be, going back to like more she cells, what would
Hmm.
be your ideal account, ideal place of work?
My ideal account would actually be Brooke's account, the she sells, because I truly believe in it. Like, I know what it's about. I can stand by it. I would feel good being on a call with someone.
Yeah.
I think now that I know the framework and I have the tools to be able to hold a call, that I could find an account that I could align to. Though my dream account and the would be working for her, because I truly believe in what she's built, what she created, the space she created, the community we have with her. Like, I genuinely, when I first started, I was a little more fiery, like in commenting and stuff. And as I've gotten more busy with work and trying to balance everything, I haven't participated as much, but I know for a fact that I would never want to leave the community. Like,
Same.
I like whatever. I know we have 12 months to do the program, and then you
It's
don't
like
have to stay in the
for
community
us,
if you
it's
don't
like a
want
hundred
to.
dollars a year, a month after that.
I'll pay it. That's
Yeah.
a well investment. It gives me not only the community, but the continued support of the women that I've worked with, and being able to like talk to them whenever, because everything's like this
If you
in
have an issue
life.
at work, you can talk to recruitment and talk to
Hmm.
them about it before addressing it at work. Like, you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's
that's, to me,
it's like a
that's the
full
bonus of
circle
that.
program. They want to keep you in, but it's so good that you don't want to leave though.
You sell yourself in to keep in the program. I
Like
felt
I
like
said,
this.
it's what you make it
Yeah, it's like a gym membership. The gym membership only works for you if you go to the gym. That's how I've been
consistently,
telling myself.
not just sometimes, consistently.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking of the gym and being consistent,
Yeah.
when you started this new challenge, I didn't do the challenge. I've just been in there in spirit and in heart. But a week before I had started going back to the gym regularly, because my schedule was just not allowing for it. And we did a class or session where we're talking about what would your six-figure person self do? What would their schedule look like? How would they move? And I've never looked at it like that. And it really made me go, oh, six-figure me would be at the gym and no excuses. So I activated that. And then they did the challenge, and I was like, I really want to do the challenge. But then I was like, you know what? You have a lot going on. Don't do too much. This challenge may be for you, but may not be for you. It may be for you to cheer for your friends who do the challenge.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah. I'm doing the challenge right now, but it's been rough. More so, I think now I'm doing it for me, like how far I can go with it. What can I
Mhm.
accomplish during this time? The first 2 weeks, I was really on it. And then the next 2 weeks, I was just like trying to keep up. And then this is the last week. And it all aligned because when I found out I was going to do more social media, I was like, wow, okay, this makes sense. And like
Mm-hmm.
for me, I can't close just yet. Like even if I'm like halfway done. I just have to finish the
Mm-hmm.
second part, but where my life is at right now, I told myself
Mm-hmm.
maybe I can DM set for Brooke one day because I'm
Mm-hmm.
already doing some content about my
Mm-hmm.
experience. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, maybe things are slowly aligning. Like maybe I don't know if you like into astrology or anything like that.
I know a little bit about astrology. No, too much. I
So
had a acquaintance who used to say I lived under a rock, so I'm not really sure what I know.
so we have three, so we all hold all the zodiacs in within ourselves, but there are three main ones. So
Mhm.
the sun sign, which is I was born in August, so I'm a Leo. Our moon is how our emotions like operate. And
Mhm.
then how we, so in our ascending sign or rising sign is how we present ourselves to the world.
Mhm.
So I learned a lot about myself. So I was like, okay, as a Leo, you want, so sometimes we don't want the spotlight, but sometimes it just follows us wherever we go. So I was like, okay. And back in October, I started my TikTok page just because I wanted to be a better communicator, like better speaking, like in front of the camera. Even though what I'm saying is boring, I'm just going to do it. What is this? What is the universe telling me that I should do this? And then all of a sudden,
Mhm.
4 months, I was like, oh, that's why. This is why. And then
Mhm.
this is why.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
now I know what I'm supposed to do. So then I'm going to treat it like a job in a
Mhm.
sense, right?
Yeah.
Just and all that. I'm like, okay, I can accept that because before I was always like, people are going to judge us anyway. So might as well just be ourselves about it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. So let's just go with it. And at least we're not doing it alone.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think I've lived with the mindset my whole life: to whom much is given, much is required. So I've always felt like I've always had a lot of responsibility because at some point in life I was going to have a lot of responsibility with society. But I don't know. In my head, that has been the ongoing story. Like at some point, I'm going to have a social responsibility to the world.
there
And
you go.
to me, I feel like this is my social responsibility to the world, to
Yeah.
have these talks or our podcast where we talked about grief the last time. And then now we're talking about how we got here, because it's not easy to get on and be like, hey, I thought about it, but I never re-
Did
it was a
anything about
dream. Right. I thought about it. I wanted to do it. I never talked to anybody about it. I didn't do any research, but because God's so good, he knew I really wanted to do it. He like aligned with the right person who already does content and also want to do a podcast. And then we do it together. And two is always better than one.
Oh, it is. I did 2 seasons by myself on my own podcast.
Oh, did
And
you?
the first season, yeah, the first season it was just me talking about stuff like health and wellness or whatever. Second season, I
Mhm.
was like interviewing people that I knew. We talked about like astrology, like technology, hypnosis, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But that was also isolating as well because it's just me.
Mhm.
So I always wanted a co-host, but I was like, I don't know. This is the time to build. We're building now. And anyone out
Mhm.
there who want to start a channel, start it or go
Do
post
it.
on social media. Like, who cares what nobody's gonna watch you for the first however long you're starting in the beginning. No one's gonna watch.
Even if they do, they'll be your OG
Yes,
supporters, is
yes.
what it
They'll be
will
like,
be.
I remember when I supported you from the beginning.
Yeah. Then you get a fan club.
Yeah,
I've been saying I have a fan club, even though I didn't really
yeah.
have one.
We will one day.
Since I was a kid, I'd be like, "It's my fan club." Just
Yeah,
being ridiculous. Just
yeah.
I've always. It's funny because my oldest brother used to get mad because I had such a great imagination when I was a kid. I was out there talking to nobody with my imagination, my
You know,
imaginary
because you're
friends.
brave. You're brave. That's why.
I'd be out there making imaginary friends. I changed my name because he wouldn't play with me, and there was a Vietnamese village, so I tried to come up with a Vietnamese name so he'd want to play with me, and I was a boy. Come on, I did a lot of cringy things. I had my mom
But
cut
you
my
were
hair so
cute.
I could look like a
Yeah.
boy because I wanted to be accepted by my brother and his
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
because there was nobody to play with. It was my brother and this little boy named Josh Cumby. I don't remember what he looks like. I thought I wanted to be a boy because there was no girls around to play with, and if they wouldn't let me play. So now, only if you're gonna be a boy today. Okay, I'll be a boy so I can play. And they would be mean to me. But I didn't
Yeah.
care. I just wanted to be accepted.
I think same.
That's,
I wasn't a girly girl. I was much more of a tomboy, and I wanted to be friends with the girly girls, but
I didn't fit in.
they didn't want to be friends with me, and I was like, that's okay. It's not meant to be.
Yeah, this is how I looked most of the time when I was younger. Imagine a big ginormous t-shirt or a wife beater because I was
Oh
playing
my
basketball.
gosh.
Girl, I'm not even playing. Like ponytail,
Oh
a
my
mess.
God.
Like what's up? And like long shorts to my knees, basketball shorts.
Oh my Lord.
Girl, I'm not playing. I was
Yeah.
a tomboy through and through. When I
Yeah.
got my first boyfriend, all the girls were surprised. Everybody. No, they were just surprised that my boyfriend was really hot
Oh,
because I was not. I, most of the time, I was just sweaty and disgusting, like a boy, because I was running with my brother and his friends, or with the boys in the neighborhood, so that I could play basketball.
yeah.
So I was just dirty and sweaty, and I wasn't girly at all. I used to spit and just do boy
Hmm.
stuff. I
You're
know,
that kind of
God.
girl. You're that kind of girl.
Yeah,
You
I was
grew
like a
out of
tough
it?
guy. I still spit. My grandmother says, use a tissue. And I really have gotten better. But in the spring, especially here, because I'm allergic to oak and cedar and mesquite and dogs and cats and birds and horses and everything under them. I'm allergic to the grass here in Texas. Like for real, it's bad. I will end up like there's times like this part of my face
Okay.
is just swollen. Yeah, from allergy problems. But I do try not to spit because that's so unbecoming. It's not ladylike at all. And usually if I do it, it's because I'm like just drainage everywhere and I'm not gonna wipe it on my shirt and I don't have any tissues and I just can't.
Okay, so you talked about the last 6 months about, I think I've been in the program for now my baby is 9 months, so 9 months.
Okay.
So let's look forward to the next 6 months. So what are your plans? What you got going on? You can tell me that as much as you want because we're sharing with the world. So
Yeah.
you go first.
Okay. So on April 20th, I'm gonna turn in my resignation to my corporate job. And next week I'm on vacation, so I can take my certification. This Tuesday, I take my certification. Yep. I'm off this week. I'm going to take my certification on Tuesday. I'm going to record my Loom videos and look for accounts that align with me or I align with them and start applying and wait for my certification. And then I'm going to do these 2 weeks
So you're
like a
off for
champ.
2 weeks?
I'm off for a week. And then when I go, I was supposed to do 2 weeks off. I'm not going to take the second week off. I'm just going to let them pay it out. They have to pay me for it. They have to pay me for my sick time that I've accumulated. They're going to have to figure out how they're going to pay me for the last
Oh,
5 months of
gotcha.
me paying for my fourth week. Yeah. So I'll get all that paid out to me along with my last day. I have people are like, please just wait to May the 8th. So I've actually considered waiting until May the 8th, but May the
Why
1st
May?
was, because 2 weeks, if I turn in on the 20th, May the
Oh, I
1st would be
see.
the last, it
So
would
then
be
you
my
give your
last
2 week
day.
notice, supposedly. Okay.
But I have people like, can you just wait until May the 8th? Can you just wait until May the 8th? Because they don't want me to leave because I work on their account. They're
Oh,
my,
these are the clients. These are the
yeah.
clients. Oh, got.
These are the girls that they're the inside sales team. And there's two that
Oh.
they've been privy to the whole journey because for whatever reason, these two girls, we just clicked up like this.
Mhm.
And and so when I do go to Houston and I'm at the office, they're like, I speak to them and other people have no idea who I am. And then I call again the OGs who used to know when I was the branch admin and the executive admin before I moved into this credit. It's the account resolution specialist is what it's
Mhm.
called. It's a fancy title to not get paid.
Yeah.
And then there's those people that I've known that I've worked with for the last 9 years. And they talk to me. And then there's like the people who have no clue who I am. And they're like, who's this girl? Who's this girl? And I just feel like, hey, I'm just here to do my job. And the last time I was in, they were asking me, like, hey, where are you at? When are you coming back? You're back. And I'm like, no, I'm not back. I'm here for this week. And so that's going to happen. Oh, when I get back, I'm going to go to Italy. When I get back from Italy, I got to go to Atlanta and finish getting rid of my stuff. And all this time that I'm doing all these things, I'm going to be working remotely. And I'll be able to not have someone breathing down my neck about, did I clock in at 7:30? Did I take my 1 hour lunch? Are you going to work 60 hours this week? Because if I decide I want to work 60 hours, then it'll be benefiting me and the company I work for instead of it just benefiting the company I work for. We have a couple of, I feel like I'm running a marathon and I'm like so many different finish lines I have to cross, like the
We're
triathlon.
holding information on purpose.
But it's all for the good. It's all for the good.
Yeah. So for me, I'm much on a slower journey, but hey, we're on our own journeys. But hopefully either by May or June, I'll have my certification done. And then ideally, if I were to choose, like I would DM set for Brooke and then do the media stuff for Brooke or on behalf of Brooke, just because how my life is right now. Because I could do it on my own time, the social media stuff, including this. And then DM setting would be just, yeah, DM setting. But for her, I would do it. I don't want a DM set, but for her, I would do it. Because where I'm at in my life, like it complements that. And then like I want to be part of the she sells realm.
For real.
Yeah, the US version, US side represents the
Yeah.
US side. So
Yeah, I would love to.
yeah. Yeah. One day I would love to coach too because I feel like I can hold it. I feel like I can be anyway, that's a different.
I think you make a great coach. You coached me right through to getting my RP. I did. You were excellent too, by the way, because I had a very rough day the day we recorded for my role play proficiency
Oh, okay.
certification.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember. Yes.
yeah, I didn't even want to turn it in. They're like, don't even watch it. It's fine. Just, and you were so gracious. That's the other thing. You're so gracious, even when you give your feedback. You're like, these are, I noticed this about you. When you give feedback, you make sure that you say things that the person did well as a place for them to. So for me, because I used to coach with Stacy when she was a kid, I coached her cheer team. Some of the kids just didn't have that natural ability. Some kids do have natural ability, and the ones that don't, they need the lovey coach. Yes, I only did it for one season. Trust, I'm not a coach, but I learned how to coach, especially little kids. And then because Stacey was in dance, I also learned how to coach because I had to help her with recording and then watching it back. So I learned that if I only told her the things she needed to work on, she left feeling bad and she didn't feel good going back into it. So I learned to say, look, this is all the things that you're doing really well. 1, 2, 3. And this is the one thing where we need to work.
And that's how you do it. Because
Yes.
you don't know how anyone's gonna react toward feedback because sometimes they say feedback it touches their self-esteem for whatever reason. Some people just aren't. So
You and Jerica and Fernanda and Tosh really drilled into my brain.
I said,
Data
don't
is
watch it.
data.
Turn it in. Don't watch it.
It was data is data. That's all it is. We're just collecting for informational purposes. This does not mean that you're bad. It does not mean that you're good. It means this is the information. Take the information and improve it. That's it. And once that sunk into my brain, feedback didn't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are not at a place to where you can receive and hear the information being provided to you, even yes, there's a nicer way to do it, but just remember, don't take it personal. That's a very important thing. And that's something that I learned back in 2019 when I read the Four Agreements, which I found out there's a fifth agreement.
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
like one of the things, do not take things personal.
So many
It
books I
doesn't
want
mean
to.
anything. I read the Four Agreements. It's really good. I need to get the fifth agreement and the one that you were talking about, the
Which one?
millionaire mindset and the millionaire mindset. And then Go Give or Sell More. I really need to get that book and read it.
They wrote it from the Go Giver, and the Go
Mhm.
Giver Sell More is just more of the takeaways from that book, but the Go Giver has the story behind. So it's just
Okay, so get both. Got you.
yeah, I have both. I have both,
Okay.
and the stories make it more enlightening.
Okay.
But
I was going to ask you what was the last book you read, but you said it was Millionaire Mindset. The last book I read was right before I joined the program, and it was Girl Wash Your Face. The person that wrote it from a point of view that really helped me understand how to accept that this is just what life is, what it is. You don't have to, it's not always going to line up with you, but whenever you get aligned properly, then everything feels more natural. And one of the things she said, like she was in love with a man for a long time. And then it just so happened they married and ended up having a really good relationship. But it doesn't always happen like that for everybody, right? You can be in love with the man for a long time and they never actually love you back or get that outcome that you're looking for. That book
yeah,
is really good. But I would definitely recommend to anyone who is wants to grow and learn themselves better to help understand yourself, because that's what it did for me. It helped me understand myself more.
yeah.
And then I also have this book that I started, but I never finished. And I probably should just burn it because I'm not going to ever finish it. It's called Why Men Love Bitches, but not those kinds of bitches.
It's so like aggressive titles. Goodness.
It is a very aggressive title. If you are not, so for me, I'm not going to act like I'm not, I don't like to say, oh, I'm a Christian. That comes with a lot of criticism. And I don't think that I'm like a Christ follower in the sense that I read my Bible, I say my prayers. No, I don't think that I'm perfect, but I do three things that I try to make sure that I do is I do my best to not judge and ask for forgiveness if I have even felt like I was being judgy of someone. I forgive and I do my best to love people no matter what the circumstance. Those are three things I try to do because those to me are the most important. God said in the Bible, like we're supposed to forgive. If I want to be forgiven, then I have to forgive. And then I don't judge because you're not, the Bible says, if you judge, you'll be judged. And I'm like,
So
yeah,
confusing. Just don't judge.
yeah. The
Um,
measure of judgment that you use to judge other people will be used for you. So when I was younger, when I say younger, like when I was a teenager, I was very judgy. Awful.
yeah, I was too, because I grew up with a
Awful.
judgy parent.
Yeah. I was real awful. I didn't grow up with a judgy parent. That's just it. My mom didn't judge.
Yeah.
As much nonsense as we got into, she didn't judge us for the things when I got a citation for being out past curfew. It took me 3 weeks to look my mom in the face and tell her I had to go. And her response was like, okay, we'll see what's gonna happen when we get there.
Yeah.
And I'm over here, she's gonna kill me when she finds out. And so that was cool, right? But yeah, my family wasn't real judgy about that. They were judgy about me not following the rules, but
Oh,
rules are
okay.
put there to keep you safe.
That doesn't mean you have to follow all of them. That
Right.
they're meant to
You
be
have to
broken
test about
sometimes.
yeah, you have to test the boundaries, have to
Because
test the
it's like
boundaries.
rebelliousness. Like,
Mm.
don't tell someone they can't do something or put so many rules on them that depending on the person, they're going to want to defy it and break those rules. So I was a rule breaker.
No, I
Yeah.
don't see it. I don't see that.
What, like in what sense am I talking about? Oh yeah, yeah. We snuck out. Me and my sister, we snuck.
I think our whole generation
We
snuck
didn't
out.
get in trouble, but for all of the years we've done that, my dad never caught us sneaking out. My sister one
My
time
mom.
snuck in her boyfriend, which was dumb. It was dumb. But as far as like me and my relationships, we did everything backwards. We had kids first. We got a
It's
house, then we
okay.
got married.
No
And
judgment.
then that's
I had
just,
a kid, I got married, I got divorced.
I
It's all
think,
part of the journey,
yeah,
right?
yeah, you got to take what you can and make the best out of it. It's all perspective. So I guess
Yeah,
it's all
for
perspective.
sure.
and how you look at things and why you think that way. Yeah.
Okay, let's name 3 goals that we'd like to have by the end of the year.
Certification is one for me.
Okay.
To lose like 20 pounds.
Okay, that was my cardiologist goal for me. That's my cardiologist goal for me.
Carla.
I better get started.
And then maybe get an account, DM setting somewhere
Okay.
for me, for where I'm at right now in life.
I'm okay with taking a set role if that's what needs to happen in the end. I
Oh,
really
for
would
you?
like to find an account that I would align with really well, even if it's a newer account, so that I can be the OG on the account and learn all
There you
of
go.
it and get
Yeah.
it all, go
There's a
through the
few
pain.
like,
I would love to do that and be like, this is where we started and this is where we are, and then
yeah.
be able to help the new people come in and yeah, find your rhythm, let's go.
I
I would love to
I
be
see
like
you
that.
more as a closer anyway, because I feel like you're gonna close and you're gonna like connect, and I just see you in that role better.
Gotta
You know
make a
why?
great
Because you've
closer.
done the work, you've done the inner work, you're more sure of yourself. You're not timid, you're not shy, you're not, you know what I'm saying? So that'll
Mhm,
fit you more than other ladies that are in center
mhm.
roles right now. I don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's finding the thing that aligns with you the most. I will say this, one of the coaches, because we took the level up course together, she says, I messaged her, I gave her a voice note a couple weeks ago, and she said, yes, you developed so much. You make me so proud. And I was like, oh man, because I don't, as much as I see that I did change, I have grown and changed. I don't see it as much as the people who were there in the beginning watching me, and then also like the people on the outside who have no idea this is what I've done. They just can see all the outcome and of the growth, because my cousins, when I see them in drawers, like, what did you do different?
There's like a glow about you. There's like an aura. Yeah.
Yeah, I even recently learned that my aura is yellow.
Yeah. I need to find my,
Like, oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna go Monday to the place to find out how to help you figure that out. There's a place. My massage therapist is into all of the woo as well, and she recommended that I go see this lady. It's called like Earth and something. I know where it's at. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna get you a card so that you can.
okay.
Because I asked her, I was like, so let me ask you this question: how do you figure out what color your aura is? I was like, because until you told me that mine was yellow, I just knew that I was bright and shiny, but I just didn't know that I was bright, like that I was yellow.
Feeling it's purple though.
Oh, hers is purple.
Cause yeah, but let's
Yeah,
close
that would
out
be awesome.
first and we'll say our goodbyes
Okay.
to the people out there.
Yeah, thank y'all for watching. Yeah, anytime you want to message us, please feel free. I check them. I know Felicia checks them. We'll comment back.
You
Ask
guys,
it. Feel free to
yeah,
ask anything.
comment on the videos, or you guys can comment on the community board on YouTube. Just let us
Yeah,
know.
most definitely. Yeah, enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.